All right, guys, welcome to the team call. I know I am really excited about this. So, this is the first time that we're kind of bringing us all together. And this was something Rachel and Natalie and a few of the other leaders that were in Indianapolis really felt like we are our best together. And so I know my team's excited about this and learning and growing from other teams that are seeing success. So I know tonight we're talking about Morning Meltdown, which is going to be huge, but I wanted to go through some quick announcements with y'all. And can y'all see this? Thumbs up. Okay. So the first big announcement, and I'm really going to get on my high horse about this because this is the reason that I am a coach today. Like, oh, holy moly, it's Super Weekend this weekend. So I don't care if you went to Summit, you didn't go to Summit, you are a customer, you are a challenger. This is such a huge opportunity because it's the first time that Beachbody is doing like a coach open house. So I'm throwing out a challenge to everybody on this call to at least bring one other person to Super Weekend with you, whether they are in your downline or not right now. Like, this is a huge opportunity for us to showcase what we do as a community. And like I said, I went to a Super Weekend 5 years ago in September, and I was like, don't talk to me about coaching, and here I am. So don't underestimate the power of these events. They matter, and they should be non-negotiable in your schedule. Would love for you guys to share what city you're going in the chat, just to kind of see if anybody is connected that doesn't know each other. Maybe y'all can meet up. I know a bunch of my team will be in Philly, and Jericho's coming, so we're really excited about that. Second announcement is the summit tickets are still on sale for next year. We're going back to New Orleans if you've been living under a rock, and we're going to do it bigger and better than we did in 2017. So I'm really excited. And think about it, guys, like, don't be afraid to showcase this as a way to take a trip with your friends. Like, Indianapolis is kind of a hard sell, even though I loved it. NOLA is like a place people want to go. I already have discount coaches that want to go to Summit next year just because it's in New Orleans. So just a little fun fact. I know Natalie posted about the collagen boost. So make sure if you already got collagen at Summit or you ordered some, there's actually a little bit of a line on the scooper. So you're not supposed to fill it all the way to the top. You're supposed to fill it to the line, apparently. So that was a new thing. If Natalie has something else to add about that, she can. And then we're kicking off Morning Meltdown in the next couple weeks. I know everybody does something a little bit differently, but the biggest thing that I always tell my team is it's July 24th, and you might be thinking, oh crap, I only have 5 days to get people in. But really, Morning Meltdown 100, you have the next 100 days to get people to commit. So don't use this as something that's just next 5 days and stop talking about it. Use this as a platform and a vehicle to really grow your business for the rest of the year. I think that's something that we underestimate and we'll continue to talk about as a team in the coming months. And then the last thing that I'm going to throw a challenge to y'all out is the promo codes. So I know a lot of my team has spouse accounts, so that means you should have 6 promo codes right now that you can use for any of your challengers or coaches signing up with the challenge pack for the rest of the month. Guys, this is huge. Like, taking a $160 challenge pack that is already super discounted and saying, by the way, you also get an extra $10 off, like, that's gold. I actually talked to my team today about, I want to see your faces, so I'm going to stop sharing, about an email reminder I got from Pottery Barn. I actually went to order something and I picked a color I didn't want, so I didn't buy it. And I went to the store. It sent me an email today saying confirmation of your purchase. So it was like a reminder email that I hadn't purchased yet. So don't be afraid to go back to your people that have been ignoring you, that maybe have been silent. Like, their lurkers want this. I can't even say that enough. And this is a huge opportunity, especially tonight as we hear from a test group member, to remember, like, you attract who you are. So if you were the first person to sign up right away when your coach invited you, you're probably going to get some of those. So you need to be inviting. If it took you 2 or 3 times, it's going to take 2 or 3 times for the people that you're talking to. So don't give up. Don't let the end of the month, like, fly by. Promo codes are a huge opportunity for us to hit Success Club, hit the ground running, kick off Morning Meltdown with fresh blood and people that are like recommitting from your old challengers. I just can't even say that enough. That's all the announcements that I had. Did anyone want to add announcements or shout out recognition before we get the call started?
I'll add real quick. I just put it in the chat, but I didn't know this because it says the promo codes are for completion packs and challenge packs, but the cost of the package actually has to be over, like exceeding $140. So if somebody tries to get a $130 completion pack, you're not going to be able to use the promo code. So just make sure that we know that and that we're spreading that message to our team so that they're not offering the promo code to a completion pack member and then saying, oh, sorry, I actually can't. And then the other thing is just to reiterate, Danielle, what you said about the collagen. Super weird. We're all kind of like, what is going on? But the scooper, like every scooper we've ever got, Shakeology, Recover, Energize, you fill the thing at the top. And if you're like me with basically everything, it's like a heaping scoop, especially with the Energize. But with the collagen, they want you to only fill it to the line. Is it bad if you haven't done it up until this point? No, but we want to make sure that our customers know this because it's supposed to be 28 servings that you're getting with the one canister. So if people are filling it every single time, they're only going to get about 20. So make sure that they know about this line on their scooper and to only get it filled to that line. That's all I have.
Thanks, girl.
I want to do some shout outs.
Go, Mac.
Okay, Taylor Myers, month 1 success starter, and she just locked SC10 in. So great. Taylor Wise, success starter month 2. She just locked it in. I see you down there. And also congrats to Kristen. She just welcomed her new coach today to her team. So she's at a Black Bears game right now. I don't even know if she's like back in the bathroom, but she's on. I'm so proud of you, girl. You guys are killing it.
Hi guys, I will go ahead and do a shout out real quick. I am at a Black Bears baseball game, so I apologize if you can't hear me, but I want to shout out my brand new coach, Tiffany P-Tech. I'm not sure if she's on the call because I'm on mobile, so I can't see everyone, but she already signed up her first customer today, and she's just really stoked to be a part of this community, and I'm really proud of her, so I just wanted to give her a quick shout out.
Awesome, girl. Any other shout outs? Recognition? I wanted to do a life shout out because it's Stephanie Litt's baby shower this weekend, and we're adding another glow digger girl to our tribe this fall. So excited for you, girlfriend. All right, Rach, you want to take over and
yeah, sorry. There was a little bit of a time mix up. So we were sweating a little bit. But all is here and Lauren is here and I'm really excited. So I want to give you guys the backstory about this. I'm not the one that knew Lauren or met Lauren. I literally just met her by creeping on her Instagram and hearing her. She sent me a couple voice messages through Instagram. Actually, it was Rachel. You'll see her as Rachel Morris because she hasn't changed her last name, but her real last name is Kirksey. And Rachel was at Summit and was going to the Jericho workout. And that is kind of where she saw Lauren. She saw her working on stage. And I think she went up to her and she kind of was inspired by her story. And Rachel asked me, and she's like, this girl's incredible. Like, you have to hear her story. Can we have her on a team call? And of course, I was like, yeah, absolutely. It's an added bonus that she's a part of the test group, which is so cool because that's hearing it from someone that went through 100 days. And now we're going to be able to like really dive into what happened to her and all the experiences. And you guys, she sent me just literally a couple video or voice clips. One, she has an amazing voice. I already told her that she needs to have a podcast because her voice is magical. And what this girl has gone through, holy crap, I think we might need tissues. I know that we're all going to leave here extremely inspired to really move our businesses and to really crush our workouts. So let me introduce her, Lauren Thacker. She's been coaching, guys, 6 months she has been coaching. That's it. So do the math of a 100-day workout. So she's new. She was a part of Morning Meltdown test group. She started coaching, and she's going to share her entire story about this with us tonight. She started coaching right after she experienced some miscarriages. She'll tell you exactly all about that, and lost a family member right back to back, which is insane. Like, bless her heart. She is a nurse in the ICU. I don't know if Elena's on, but we have fellow ICU nurses. And she's married, and she has a dog or 2 dogs. I think she said 2 dogs. And she's from Kentucky, so she has the best accent. So I'm just going to stop. And Rachel, thank you for introducing Lauren to our team. And Lauren, I can't wait. So all yours.
Hey guys! Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay. First off, I'll start out by saying I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So this is like totally winging it. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself, and I may cry. It's a crazy journey, and it's something as I was growing up that I was never allowed to talk about. So a lot of you all may be able to relate to this because I live in a Bible belt where everybody likes to go to church on Sundays, and then they like to drink beer when they get home, and I'll talk about it. So like, what the hell, right? So we're going to get started. I'm going to kind of tell you. Now, you all are the first group that has ever heard my complete story. I told a little bit of it on stage at Summit, but nobody actually knows everything that I've been through. So you all are the first. So this is the first time I think I've ever actually told anybody what's fully happened to me in my life. So I'm super nervous. Bear with me. I'm like so nervous right now. Okay, so if I start crying and I get choked up, it's just because I had to overcome these fears to get to where I am. There is one thing I want to tell you all to think about, and it's something that I had to think about and something that people tell me all the time. They say, how did you figure out what your story was and who you wanted to be from the start? And I said, I wrote down my 3 biggest fears. I wrote down my 3 biggest fears on a piece of paper, and I said, damn it, I'm going to conquer every single one of them. And as I conquer them, I can let everybody in the world know that those fears is what's going to make your journey. When you learn how to conquer your own fears and you learn how to teach others how to go over and beat those fears, that's what's going to make you the best coach ever. And so that's what I started with. I actually started my journey just to help me not want to commit suicide. Okay, like, I'm going to be honest with you all. I tried to commit suicide twice, and it was a really dark place in my life, and I hated everything about myself. I wouldn't even look at myself in the mirror, and it was just like I did not want to be in this world. I was ready, and I told myself, okay, you either kill yourself or you step up to the plate and you learn how to be a better person and you get through these hard times in your life. So I said, okay, let's try it. I'm going to conquer these 3 fears. So I'm going to start out in the beginning. And I'm going to kind of make my childhood short because there's so much that has happened. But I mentioned at Summit on the stage, and I'm going to get a cracked voice because I just get so nervous, that my dad was a super bad alcoholic. It was kind of one of the things I kind of skipped over at Summit when I was talking about on the stage. But my mom and dad divorced when I was 2, and I still remember my mom. Like, my mom never told me if he beat her or whatever, but he hated my guts. So I have an older sister, and he loved her and he hated me. I never could understand why. When I would go have to stay with him because my mom was having to work 2 jobs, I would sleep in the bathroom at my grandparents', and I would lock myself in there because he would threaten to kill me at night. And I was 6 years old, and he would bang on the door, and he would say he wanted to kill me. He would tell me I was a worthless waste of space. I was shit. I was wasting air. He never wanted to hold me. He wished I wasn't born. Like, everything that you could possibly imagine. He would choke me. He would spank me. And what I'm getting at is all of these things I never told anybody about until I was 18 years old. So they lasted from the time that I was 4 till I was 18. I never told my mom because I didn't want to see her struggle. I didn't want to see her upset. I didn't want to see her. She was already a single mom with 2 girls. I didn't want her to have to feel like she had one more thing to worry about. So as a child, I grew up super fast, and I had to learn to just deal with things. But here's the thing. I didn't learn how to deal with things. I created bad habits, and it was bad habits from the start. I went from sleeping with people because I thought that would help me be loved, to drinking and partying, to never getting my shit together. Like, it was just, I was a hot mess express, like going the road disaster. Like, it was just happening. And I could not figure out how to, like, what do I do with all these emotions? So fast forward to when I met my husband. Funny story. My sister actually went on a blind date with my husband, and that's how I know my husband. So that's my life in a nutshell right there. She went on the blind date, and it ended up not working out. And a couple years later, my brother-in-law, who I'll talk about in a little bit, was my very, very, very best friend. And he said, sis, you're freaking wild as shit. Like, if you don't settle down, I'm going to strap you to a seat. And he actually gave my husband my number, and then we started texting. But this is one of the hardest things I have to talk about, because it's one of the things that I've been most embarrassed about since I've started my Beachbody journey. And now that I open up to my coaches and everybody that's in my groups, I wonder if there's more women like me, and I'm amazed how many women have this problem. So I was a super jealous, crazy, freaking wife at first. I made my husband's life a living hell. We almost got divorced. I was crazy jealous. I wouldn't let him watch things on TV. I wouldn't let him watch nudity. I was so weird about nudity, and I could not figure out why. Like, I didn't want, I know you're probably thinking, this girl is effed up. Like, true, but on the flip side, these are all the things that I was so scared to tell somebody, because I'm like, oh my God, that person over there sitting is going to judge me, and they're going to think that I'm crazy, and they're going to look at me like I'm insane. Well, guess what? I don't give a shit how they look at me, because where I was and where I came from in my life wrote the path to where I am now. 6 months and my life has completely changed because I choose to take the step and to be honest with people and tell them what my downfalls are. I am the one who said, you're not going to be that person anymore. So, like, literally, I couldn't even watch nudity, guys. It was that bad. Like, I couldn't watch anything, and it's like I would stress, and I would go into these panic attacks, and I would cry and just go crazy. So through all that, we would have ups and downs, and I started trying to have a baby. And this is where I get super emotional, and because it's hard when you go through something like this. And somebody always told me that there's going to be a day and you'll have a baby. And so, like, I would wait for that day, guys. And I would tell myself all the time, I'm like, I'm going to have a baby. You know, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm going to have this. And guess what? I don't have a baby. I still don't have one. And sometimes people will tell you that because it makes you feel better. But what people actually need to hear is that sometimes your path and your plan is not what everybody or what you think it is or what somebody tells you it's going to be. Maybe there's a reason I don't have a baby. So we started out trying to conceive, and we did everything. We did 4 IUIs, and if you don't know what that is, they stick you up in the air and shoot semen up in you and hope for the best. That's pretty much what it is. And didn't work. Did 4 of those. Then we did 3 rounds of in vitro. I got pregnant all 3 times, and I miscarried all 3 times. So I lost all 3 of my babies. And my second miscarriage, my sister got pregnant just like that. It was so easy for her, and I hated her. I hated the world. I hated her baby. I hated everything. I hated people. I couldn't be happy for people. Like, somebody would get a job promotion, and I'd be like, that bitch. Like, I just hated everybody. Like, I was so bitter, and I was letting it control me. Like, I literally hated everything in life. And I don't know about you all. Raise your hand if you've ever been that way. Like, does any of you all just, like, I hate you, you stupid bee. Why are you so perfect? That was me every single day of my life. And it was just like, why in the world are you like this? Like, why do you hate yourself so much? And I would question all the time, and I'd be like, why is this my life? Like, why is this my life? Like, this sucks. And so after my 3rd miscarriage, it was 28 days later. I'll never forget it. At this point, my sister had an 8-month-old baby that I never really spoke to, never been around. Me and my brother-in-law were best friends, but we had kind of grown apart a little bit because of just just me being a shit. And I get a phone call in the middle of the night. My husband's a police officer too, and he jumps up out of bed and he says, I gotta go. I said, well, where are you going? He said, and my brother-in-law's name's Scotty, and he said, Scotty's been shot. And I was like, is he okay? Like, what's going on? And he was like, well, it didn't sound bad. He said, but I think he's okay. So I said, well, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go over to Chelsea's, my sister's. So I go over into her house and I'm like banging on the door, and she wakes up, and I said, Scotty's been shot. I said, I think he's okay. And she looked at me and she said, he's dead. I said, sis, I don't know. I said, I don't know if he's dead. I was like, let's just wait. Let's just wait it out. And she's like, no, he's dead. I can feel it. And at this point, Brinley, her baby, rose up out of bed, and oh God, I'll never forget this, guys. And we couldn't get a hold of anybody. And being a nurse and working in a small town, I called the hospital and I was like, has Scotty made it yet? And they said, he's not here. What are you talking about? So they called the EMS people and they told me that he was dead. And in that moment, I thought to myself, how am I going to tell her that he's gone? And I said, how am I going to do this? So I walked in there and I thought to myself, I'm going to call my mom and I'm going to wait. And I came in there and I was crying. And she said, just tell me. She said, just tell me. I said, I'm so sorry he's gone. And in that moment, guys, I realized that there was a plan for me not having all those babies. And instead of letting my whole life be controlled by fear, I once realized that it's all faith. This is where you have to trust the process. And she got up and she went over to her baby and she held her and she said, how are we going to do this without him? And she just started crying. It was just the worst thing ever. I'll never forget it. It was awful. And from that moment on, I said to myself, if I would have killed myself a couple of months ago, if I would have done this, I would never be here for her. So when people look at me and they're like, when are you going to try again? You have 2 eggs froze. When are you going to try again? And I'm like, I don't know when I'm going to try again, because all I care about is making sure that that baby is okay. And guess what, guys? I gained 40 pounds of pregnancy weight and I have no baby. And some days it's hard, and some days I still question why, and I still wonder, what does this have to do? And then I started working on myself. I started realizing that, and I'm sorry if this offends some of you all. This is just me. I'm honest. I started realizing, like, okay, Lauren, the freaking pity party is over. If you're one of these people sitting here and you pity yourself all the time and you say, oh, poor pitiful me, I had a bad childhood, I had a bad dad, I had this happen, I had that happen, and you sit there and you waller in this pity shit puddle, then the only thing you are going to get out of your life is a pity shit puddle. Like you can't become the coach, the person, the mom, the aunt, whatever you are, you can't become that person if you waller in your own shit. Like, it's literally, think about it. If you're in this mental state where you're just like flipping around, sloshing crap everywhere, what do you think you're going to wake up every day feeling like? Absolute crap, right? I mean, I know you all know what I'm talking about. You are the only person in this world that can change what happens to you daily. So when you wake up in the morning, if you don't start your day with a happy dance, if you don't start your day with your damn feet hitting the floor and saying, you know what? This is going to be a good day. I don't care if Sarah calls me fat. I don't care if Stacy thinks I'm ugly. I don't care what you think about me, because what I think about me is all I care about. And that's the way you have to be. And so when I started this Beachbody journey, I said, you know what? I don't care if I make $1. I don't care if I make 2 cents. All I care is at the end of this journey, I know how to love myself. And at the end of this journey, I've lost a few pounds. I've created a new me, and I've became a new me. And I can help women who want to kill themselves, who have lost babies, who have lost themselves, who don't even know who they are. I can help them go from point A to point B, and we can climb this damn mountain together because it's possible. You can be at the bottom and you can help women. You know the best time for you to be a coach, and I've realized this, it's not when you're at your most fit or you're skinny. How many times have you heard people say, I can't coach, I'm fat? Hello, have you seen me? Size 12 mama over here, fat as can be, and I'm out here doing Sean T's, whatever the hell he does. I don't even know what he does. But, I mean, it's just, that is what it's about. It's not about your size. It's what's in here. It's what you can do for people. It's the tribe that you can do. It's what you can bring people. It's not about how many six-pack abs you can get girls to have. It's about what you can do to change their mindset about themselves. That is what we do at Beachbody. We do not change bodies. We change lives. And that's what you have to tell people when you start these challenges. And since I've been a new coach, I've hit Success Club 30s, 40s, and 50s since my first month as a coach. You want to know why? Because I tell people, I don't want you to be skinny. I don't want you to look your best. I want you to mentally and physically feel your best. How many times have coaches told you all that you need to follow the diet 100%? Come on. Who's told you that? Raise your hand. I don't care if your upline's on here, because my upline, she's a skinny little thing, and she told me that you need to follow the diet to lose weight, Lauren. You know what I looked at her and said? I said, 1, I love you, but shut up. Because 2, if you know a chunky girl, and I don't know how many of you all struggle with that. Who's in here is like actual like struggled with weight in your life? Like you've always had like a little bit of a fat roll and some arm fat, and like you're like, okay, I'm never going to be that girl, right? I said, let's talk about the chunky girl life for a minute, okay? Everybody has certain things that they go to for comfort. Mine is food. When I was upset, when I am happy, what do? I eat. What do they give you at the funeral? They give you food. They bring you food when you're sad, right? They say, here's some food to take care of that comfort, right? It's your birthday. What do you get? Birthday cake, right? Here's a piece of cake. Go be happy, right? Let's celebrate. What does everybody do to go out to eat? They go out to eat when they celebrate. You graduated college? Okay, let's go out to eat, right? That's what it's about. That's what they do. You have to learn when you are a chunky girl, or if you have a chunky girl or chunky people in your group, the first thing I ask them is, do you like to eat junk food? And they say, yes. I'm like, why do you like to eat junk food? And they say, because it makes me feel good. Why does it make you feel good? Because it's my comfort. Then let's find something else that fuels that comfort for you. That's what you have to do. You can't take food away from people when that's their way of coping with things. Does that make sense? Like if you take their food away and that's their comfort zone, you are stressing them out. In a matter of 2 days, they are going to drop your challenge group and drop your ass faster than drop. You can't look at them and say, listen, kale on Mondays, broccoli on Tuesdays, veggie straws on Wednesdays. Like, no. You know how I coach? I'm like, honey, if you want a piece of cake, eat it, but damn it, you better be here tomorrow. Because this is not a one-time hit it and quit it. This is not, stop and get you a quick fix and move on. This is lifetime. So if you're going to learn how to do this lifetime, let's start slow. Instead of eating that pizza, let's make a pizza with a low-carb wrap, okay? Same taste, different approach. That's how I start girls who are chunky. And it has gave me so much success, guys, because they don't feel overwhelmed. They don't feel like they can't freaking eat. Like, you all know that feeling, or at least I do. When I started dieting, I'm like, oh my God, I got to go get McDonald's and eat like 10 Big Macs before I start this diet because I'm not going to get it in like 30 days, right? Like, it happens. And that's the thing. They can have a Big Mac. I'm like, you're craving a Big Mac? Okay, go through McDonald's, get a Big Mac, but get it with no bun. Yes, the sauce still has sugar. I understand that. All you nutritionists on here, I get it. It's not healthy. Iceberg lettuce, something or another makes you shit. I don't know. Somebody said don't eat iceberg lettuce. Lettuce is lettuce to me. I don't really care. It's healthier than French fries. So you know what? Let's make baby steps, and then we'll worry about getting you into the container system once we get there. You have to make this conform to people's life. And that's how I coach. Is it right? I don't know. I'm 6 months in. Did I get results? Yes. I just finished MM100. I lost 40 inches. Doing it my way. Not to be mindset, not ultimate portion fix. Doing it my way at my pace. Okay? You don't have to follow everything Beachbody has. You don't want to be a Beachbody coach. You want to create who you are. Okay, I am LT Fitness. I use Beachbody programs because I love them, but I do it my way. I don't follow the plans they do. I don't do everything they do because that's not what's going to get me success. If I can't stick with it, how am I supposed to expect my challengers to stick with it? I mean, how am I supposed to say, okay, this is a lifestyle change when I can't make it a lifestyle change? And that's what MM100 told me, and that's why I fell in love with this program, guys. Jericho tells you multiple times in this program when you start that she doesn't care what diet you're on. She says that like 10 times in the program. And it's so true because it doesn't matter what diet you're on. It doesn't matter what diet you're on. Just make healthier choices. Start out on day one and make healthier choices. Just don't make shitty choices. And if you fall off the wagon, this is my theme for my groups. You fall off the wagon, get back on. Because no matter what, my wagon's always going to be going. I make pit stops. You may stop for a month. Okay, I'll see you in a month. Okay, like it's okay. Like I'm not going to shame you or anything because I know what it's like. But what you do have to do is you have to push the freaking pity party and excuses out of the way. And that's what you have to tell your challengers. You say, listen, okay, I'm tired of hearing you whine. I am tired of hearing you say you're tired. I'm tired. We're all tired. You're never not going to be tired. Everybody has something that they're tired about. It's what you want and if you want this bad enough. Are you tired of feeling like shit? Are you tired of hating the way you look and hating the way you feel? Then make a freaking difference. Stop trying to think. How many of you all have said, well, if I could just have this, I'd be happy. Well, if I could just have this, I'd be happier. Well, if I could just be skinny. Well, if I could just be rich. If I could, I could, I could. Why can't you be happy now? Look around you. You're breathing. You have legs. You know how many people are paralyzed? That's what I tell my challengers. Okay, you're lucky you guys can get up and work out. So get up and work out because you are being a freaking slacker. I have something in my challenge group called Wake Up Bitches. It's what I do every morning. It doesn't matter if I work out that morning or I work out in the evening. I get on my challenge group and I'm like, hello, wake up bitch time. So what that means is I don't care how much sleep you got last night. I don't care if you ate french fries last night. I don't care what you did last night, but you're going to wake up and you're going to bitch today. That's what you're going to do. And they love it because they're like, oh my God, wake up and bitch. Like, I got this. Like, I can do this. She's waking up every day. I can wake up every day and do this. It's 20 minutes. And that's what I tell people. I'm like, you seriously need to just get out of your freaking head. Your mind puts you in these negative cycles, okay? Your mind is just like a baby. When a baby grows up, they have to learn how to do things, right? They get in these patterns just like you all do. If you work day shift, you get in a pattern. You start out and you're like, okay, I brush my teeth, I wash my hair, I shower, I get up, I go throughout my day. You get in this cycle. When you're being negative and you're having a pity party, you train your mind. I'm going to be negative. I'm going to have a bad day. I'm going to have a pity party. This life sucks. I hate myself. You suck. We suck. We all suck. Instead, when you wake up in the morning, if you start by saying, I'm amazing. I can do this. I'm going to do this. This is going to be awesome. I'm going to make somebody feel good about themselves today. I'm going to be happy today. I'm going to give myself a compliment. You run into this positive cycle, and it's just like so addicting that you can't stop. So with that being said, I do this with every one of my team calls, and I want you all to do this, and I want everybody to unmute themselves because this right here is something that I do because when you speak it is when you believe it. I am 100% believer in that, and if you can't speak it, then you're never going to believe it. Everybody unmute yourselves, and this is what I tell my challengers. I make everybody do this when I do a challenge. We do a workout, and I say, okay, on the count of 3, you say, I can and I will. Because that's the biggest thing people don't do. They don't realize that once they say I can, then you follow it with I will. You're saying it and then you're putting it into action. And every day when you all wake up in the morning, I don't care if you have never sold a challenge pack because, guys, challenge packs is not what makes you a good coach. Challenge packs, yeah, it makes you money. But until you can relate with people, until people fall in love with you, until people say, okay, you're making me feel good about myself, that's where your success is going to come from. Not selling challenge packs. Do not push this on people. Push a lifestyle on people. Tell them, I want you to be as happy as I am daily. When you don't invite and you don't share this with people, you're being selfish. You do realize that, right? When you don't reach out and share things with people, you're being a selfish little twat. Because you want people to feel the way you feel, right? Like, come on. I want you to feel this, like this right here. I want to all come in and we're all going to give a big hug because this is what I want you to feel. I want you all to be as happy as I am. I don't want you to ever go back to the way I ever felt again. That is what you tell your people. Do you like the way I am? Good, because you're about to be this way. And then you just bring that shit every day to them. So you know what? On the count of 3, I can and I will. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. I can and I will. Now give yourself a round of applause. That's right. You are a badass. You are the freaking shit. Let's hear it. See? And that's what it's about. And now you're going to go out and you're going to freaking crush this world because every one of y'all are badass bitches. And it's going to happen. Like, it's just going to happen. And you're going to be like, holy cow, I'm amazing. And I have something I can tell somebody. Yes, as a child, my life was not very good. It's pretty shitty. Yeah, I didn't have a dad. Yeah, I could waller in that shit for the rest of my life. But I chose not to. I chose to take those hard times, take those scars and heartbreaks and hurts, and I changed them into, motivation and determination to help women around me to get over their struggles and their fears. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to give you a beach body or sell you challenge packs or here, take this Shakeology and it'll make you feel better. Like, that's not what I do. Like, I love the products, but if I hate the products, I'm also going to tell you. Like, it's not all about that. It's about making you get on this journey with me and we going and feeling better about ourselves together. So that's me in a nutshell. I don't know if this helped you all or like hurt you or I don't really know, but that's what I am. And I don't want to be an average beach body coach. I don't even care if I'm like a 1, 2, 5. I don't even know what the hell a star diamond is. I don't even care. I'm just like going with it. Okay. Like, one of these girls reached out to me and she's like, since you got back from Summit, you signed up 8 coaches. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, so? And she's like, that's not normal. And I'm like, it is when you put your heart into it. Don't think about this as a business. Think about this as a lifestyle. And you want all of these girls to jump on this train with you because it's just like this amazing movement that you don't ever want anybody to not feel. That's what you do as a coach. You don't say, join my team, we're going to sell and hit diamond and emerald. Like, if you start out with that, like, I don't even think of it like that, guys. I'm being serious. My coach told me, she was like, you're 2 coaches away from hitting diamond and you've been a coach for 6 months. And oh my gosh, like, you're going to hit diamond. I'm so excited. I'm like, I don't give a shit if I hit diamond. You do realize that, right? Like, I don't care what rank I am. It doesn't matter what rank I am. It doesn't matter what my paychecks are or whatever, because that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to help women. This is what this is about. Empowering women, us coming together, building a big ass tribe and moving the world together. That's what we're about. Well, that's what I'm about. I don't know about y'all. I hope you're about that. But that's what we're about, and that's what my team is about, and that's what we do. And I love just like meeting you all, like looking at every single one of you all and knowing that you are Beachbody too makes my heart so happy, because I'm like, this is amazing, because wherever you all are, I know that you are changing and impacting lives. And to me, that's just the most amazing blessing that anybody could ever give us, that these tools and materials that we can take and change the world together. Because this is a shitty world out here. I mean, it sucks. People suck. I mean, seriously, they just suck. And there's ugh. But we can change that. We can make it better. So I haven't even seen all y'all's comments. I haven't even read them. I'm sorry. But any questions? Any shut the hell ups? I mean, I'll take it. So whatever y'all want.
I do
Rachel,
have a question.
this is what you want. What now?
I do have a question.
Okay.
Super inspiring. I love your honesty and your approach to the business and everything. I'm kind of like curious on your story though, as far as like, how has this impacted you? Like, why did you choose at-home fitness? And did you have an avenue before that? Did you not work out before? Is this your first time? Like, why Beachbody, and how has that changed your life? obviously you
I'm so
have
glad you
incredible
asked
results.
that, because I totally left that out. So I was the stupid girl that paid $300 a month for a personal trainer. Right here. Me, this girl. And I went to the gym every day, and you all don't know this about me, but I'm really weird about my kneecaps, okay? So I'm still working on it. Still working on the kneecap thing. But I always think that my kneecaps are fat because I'm like 5 foot tall, and I know she met me, but I'm really short. I don't look like it, but I'm like super short. And I always felt like my thighs would blend in with my kneecaps, and instead of cankles, I had like nankles. That's what I call them. They're my nankles, okay? So I was afraid to go to a gym. I would go to a personal trainer and pay all this money, and she was super skinny and super fit, and she was on the front of a magazine, and I was like, ooh, la, la, I want to be her. And then I would just constantly try to change my body to match hers. Like, have y'all ever done that? You saw a girl and be like, I want her calves, but I'm 5 feet tall. Like, it just doesn't happen. And the more I did fitness with her, the more I realized that I hated myself even more, okay? Because it wasn't her that was going to change me. It was me that was going to change me. And the only way I could change myself was doing it by myself. So when I came home and I started these at-home workouts, I love the fact that they were 20 to 30 minutes because I would sweat my butt off in 20 to 30 minutes and I'd feel amazing. And I love the fact that I could come downstairs in a sports bra and shorts and nobody could judge me. Now I don't care. I could go outside naked and I don't care. But then when I first started, I didn't want people to like look at me and say, golly, look at her fat her thighs are. Like, how much weight has she gained? My sister is very persistent, so this may happen 2 or 3 times. But I was afraid people would say, look how fat her thighs are, or look how her arms, or this fat thing I still got right here, but hey, look at the muscles, they're getting better. And but I would be so like worried what people thought, and so I wanted somewhere I could feel secure. And a lot of my people that I have, I'm like, why don't you like going to a gym? And they're like, I don't like people looking at me. And I'm like, well, then, baby girl, this is the right place to start because I felt the same way. So I switched from here she is again. I switched from a personal trainer to Beachbody because for me, I was so insecure. I felt like I could do this by myself at home more so than I could in the gym. And it worked because I was able to, build my confidence up to wearing shorts. And one of my first times wearing shorts in a workout was in the MM100. And I got on the live in our pilot test group and I cried because it was the first time I'd wore shorts in 6 years, guys. 6 years. And I'd never wore shorts before because I was so embarrassed of my kneecaps and my thighs. And when I got on there and I was crying, Jericho actually commented on it and she was like, that's what this program is about. It's not about being a size 2. It's about making you more comfortable in your skin. And guys, she's amazing. I'm not just saying that because I was in the pilot test group. She's a real person. She's real. She's not, Autumn or somebody that kind of like is like just waves at you. Like she spent 45 minutes after that and talked to me. So that's why I chose Beachbody. And it's a great way to lead with invites too with people, especially bigger people. I always tell them in my invites, and I don't care to share it with you all. So I have invite templates. I don't know how you all do it, but I have invite templates, and I give it all to my new coaches, and I tell them, here is step 1. This is how you invite somebody, how you send out a message without being pushy. Because anytime you send out a message, you should have one goal only, to make that person feel good. That should be your goal. Not to invite them to your challenge group, not to tell them, hey, I got this awesome group coming up, on the 29th. It's going to be awesome. You should join me. No, you say this. I say this to almost everybody if like I connect with them. And be picky who you put in your challenge group, okay? Be picky. Don't take anybody off the street, and be picky with your coaches. A lot of times these big coaches are like, sign up, sign up, sign up, sign up. No, I'm picky. I pick somebody. I have a call with them. Then I let them sign up with me. They earn me, okay? Because I don't want a hit it and quit it coach. I want coaches who have the same mentality as me. I don't want somebody that's not going to fit in, okay? So I'm picky with that, and I'm the same way with them. Like I had this bigger girl, and she was so nervous, and I told her, and I reached out to her. She had commented on something, and I reached out, and I said, hey, I just want you to know I was watching your journey on Instagram, and it doesn't matter what size you are. You're freaking awesome, and you're gorgeous, and I just wanted you to know that. And that's all I said. I didn't mention Beachbody. I didn't mention my challenge, nothing. And then 2 days later, she became coach. because you have to, that's your objective every time you reach out to somebody. Make them feel good about themselves. How am I going to impact somebody today? That's what you say. Every time you reach out to somebody, how can I make you feel good? Not what can I do for me, but what can I do for you? And that's literally what I do every time I talk to somebody, because it's not about us, guys. We're on this journey. We know what we're doing, right? Like, we know what we want to feel. It's for us to teach them how they should feel about this. So that's kind of why, I know I kind of went off on a tangent, but that's one of the main reasons why I stopped going to a gym, because I never got that feeling at a gym, and I was so insecure about the way I looked. I needed somewhere that I felt comfortable, that I felt like I could do this and nobody was watching me. And this will have to be another call, because I feel like I've talked way too long, and I'm sure you all had an agenda, like something you were supposed to be doing on this call. But we'll talk about this later if you all want me to come back. My husband does not support me. Okay? So I do this alone. My sister does not support me. My mom does not support me. They do not like me sharing my personal stuff, and my husband does not support me. He thinks this is crazy and that I'm running with this much. And so I have no support beside what you all give me. You all are my family. Do you think it bothers me that they don't support me? No, because it's not their life. I don't care if my husband supports me. I don't care if he thinks I'm stupid. I've had him make fun of me on lives before. And not like he's not a bad person. He's a good husband. He's just not outgoing. And I've had him make fun of me before. I've had him tell me that I'm not really helping people, like bring me down. But you know what I turned that into? I turned that into fire and dedication, because I don't care what you think. All that matters is how I'm feeling. And I can tell you that I felt so much better now than I did 7 months ago married to you, when I wanted to kill myself in the other room. So you know what? It doesn't matter what you think, because it only matters how I feel. And if it feels good, we're good. All right? That's what you focus on. You focus on what you're feeling, not what everybody around you wants you to feel or how it makes you feel, because that's not what's so important. It's what you feel. So that's another thing. We can get into that, but we're not. That would take forever, and I would be here all day, and then I'd really start crying, and we don't want that anymore. I already cried enough. I cried a little bit, so we're not going down that road. But my marriage is a whole different story. He's also 12 years older than me. So, and just about 6 months ago, we were filing for divorce before I started Beachbody. So that's a whole nother story. It's just, it's changed my life, guys, if you'll make it change your life. And it's not really, it's Beachbody, but it's you all. It's our community. It's not Carl Decker or whatever his name is, Dackler. What's his last name? Dicker. I don't know. That guy, Carl Dicker. And if I ever meet him, I'm like, you were Carl Dicker for the forever to me. So it's not that guy. It's you all. It's us. It's coaching. It's just this amazing thing we got going on. That's what it is. Okay.
You are straight fire. Fire. I think I can speak for the team that you have reached all of us in one way or another throughout your story. Does anyone have any quick questions? We'll do one question quick. I don't want to keep you guys way too late.
Yeah, so sorry.
No, you're good. Good, Dee.
I was just going to say, like, one quick tip you have as we start this Morning Meltdown program. What inspiration can you give for the program, taking it your way, kind of ending on that note?
So the one bounce back, I'll say this, because I got this from a lot of people, is that they're scared to commit to 100 days, right? That's like the biggest thing people say, holy crap, it's 100 days. This is what I tell them. I say, okay, so if you did 21-day fix, would you keep going? And they're like, well, yeah. And I'm like, okay, if you did 21-day fix 4 times, that's 100 days. So wouldn't you rather just dive in and do 100 days now instead of splitting it up? And they're like, oh, okay. And what I do is I have 25-day marks in my 100 days because that's how I broke it up and I got through it. So I would mentally tell myself, okay, let's just get to day 25, right? And then I'd get to day 25 and I'd say, okay, let's just get to day 50. I'd say, okay, let's just get to day 75. And so I would just break it up in 25-day increments. And for me, that was easier to swallow. So run your challenge group like that. Like that's what I'm doing. Every 25 days, I'm having like a reflection day. Oh my God, you made it to 25. And I'm making my people do their measurements every 25 days because that's going to keep them going. We were in the pilot test group. And they made us do it 150 and 100. And when I got to that 50 day and I saw I'd lost 27 inches, I wish I would have done it at 25. Because it's like they get in a lull by the time 25 comes around, because I did. And it's like the scale wasn't moving, and so I was so discouraged. So I would tell them to take their measurements at 1, 25, 50, 75, and 100 to keep them like going with it. Because it's like really, it's hard when if you don't keep the momentum going.
I love that idea. That's a really good idea and a good way to kind of put in it too, in terms of you've done 21-day fix. Why not just keep going?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people have had the, oh my God, I literally just got a message this afternoon. It's 100 days. I can't commit. But I'm so glad Rachel ran into you and was in that workout. I'm a huge believer that everything happens for a reason. And so it's meant to be. You were meant to be in that room at that moment to connect, and you're meant to be here on this call speaking your heart and your soul. And we can't thank you enough for opening up to us. I know that was really scary for you and really hard for you. And we appreciate that so much, because it's so nice hearing from real people and real shit that people go through. And I think we're all going to use the shitty pity puddle.
I'm sorry if I cuss too much. It's a Kentucky thing. They just like fly out. And I never know who I'm going to offend, but it is a shitty pity puddle if you just like waller in it. So,
yeah, we can't thank you again enough, and hope you have a good night and crush the rest of your day.
Thanks, guys. Sorry it took so forever. I really am so sorry. Y'all got to stop me. So I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. All right, everyone have a good night. I'll talk to y'all later.
Bye, guys.